And the thing I want to read tonight is You and Me. That was not good. I've lost the way of introing these videos. I've got a hairband in the most. It's just like, I'm not going to do that. That's going to take someone's eye out. Probably mine, knowing my luck. You saw last Vlogmas. So, hello, hi, and welcome to Vlogmas Day 6, which means we're nearly at a week of Vlogmas, which is a lot longer than I thought I'd be able to go on for. So we're doing well. So hello, hi, I'm your host, Tam Vivere, and today we are doing Vlogmas Day 5, where I'm very excited for this one, because we are going through my top books of 2023. I like books, if you can't tell. I have a Bookstagram page, which I have yet to upload in a good while. When I was like, oh, I'm actually gonna start uploading heaps, I stopped uploading a fair bit. But I want to get back into it again. I was really good at doing Instagram photos at some point in my life. I just need, can we show some examples? I was good at it. I want to get back into doing that sort of stuff. So this is for all the people from my Bookstagram, and this is for my own heart to be healed for day 6 of Vlogmas, talking about my top books of 2023. Now, I have a lot of books on my bed next to me, which we will not be going through every single one of them, but we'll be giving a gist of a couple of them and stuff like that. So I thought we would start off with just books I got for my birthday. This is my little book birthday haul, I guess. I got a couple of them, which I'm not complaining about at all. So let's go through it. So from one group of my school collective friends, I got these 3 books, which I'm really interested in reading. I need to smash into some of them because I've also been wanting to get into more standalones. So we've got Eleanor Jones Is Not a Murderer by Amy Doak, I believe. She's not a murderer, guys. No, I'm actually so excited to read ones like this. Next one is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus, which I like the colours on this one. It pops out to me, which I like ones that pop out, you know what I mean? And also my friends, they decided to get a nice little variety of kind of standalone books, which I really like, because I need to get more into the variety, especially because I'm going to be trying to read a lot next year. I would do a what I read in 2023, but I really did not read that much this year, but I will be still talking about some of the ones that I did read and talk about my experience with them. my experience reading books. No. Then by Ashley Poston, we've got The 7-Year Slip, which that one seems actually, right place, wrong time. This is tickling my fancy a little bit. This is tickling my fancy just a little bit. Let me read this real quick. He's perfect, but for one thing, he lives in the past. 7 years ago, to be exact. This should be impossible, but Clementine just used to love impossible things, and maybe just maybe she'll love again. This is I talked about this 2 Vlogmases ago. Something about this reminds me of the thing. Stop it! Why did I not read the blurb of this sooner? This reminds me of the whole thing about these two people falling for each other from different times, and I said it gave the vibe of Dash and Lily, except Dash and Lily's in the same time. That was the Christmas recap. That was the movie, top movies. Oh my god, I need to. Can someone remind me to read this? Oh my gosh. That's so cool. Stop it. I love things like this. My friends know me. Oh my gosh. On another note, we have 2 more books. We have Either Side of Midnight, Benjamin Stevenson, which seems like a mystery. Ooh. Seems like a little mystery, which I really like. I like mystery books. They seem interesting. And again, these pages are so wide. I'm so sorry. I just noticed how white these pages are. I'm still bewildered by how clean the pages are. But I think it's because I have books that are a bit yellowed over time. So seeing a book that's not yellowed over time, it's just oh, this is a treat. And then the last one we have is the new Percy Jackson book, which honestly I was going to get on my Kindle, which also, actually, yeah, I got my Kindle this year. It's currently got the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes on it, but I got my Kindle this year. And I have been thriving on it. Oh my goodness, I have been. I never realized how much I would need a Kindle and love a Kindle until I got one. I mean, I knew I really wanted one because I asked my mum for it. I was like, Mum, can you get me a Kindle as like potentially my graduation present? She goes, yeah, like, you know, we'll see what we can do. And she did it. So, like, oh, I love Kindles. I'm taking it traveling with me next week. Oh, no, this weekend. Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods. I've yet to read this. I'm going to read it before the show comes out, or like just after it, because I mean, this is not going to happen for like years in the timeline, so it's fine, but I am going to read this soon. I'm going to be busy in these holidays. Actually, I already am busy in these holidays. I'm doing VLOGMAS, but I hope I have time at uni to read. I will, actually, I can bring my Kindle everywhere, and I can bring like a little book with me everywhere, especially if I'm catching trains. See? Brains. So, those 5 books are the books I got for my birthday this year. I reread a series, which is the Court of Thorns and Roses series. This book is so tabbed. This is my only tabbed book, and it is like my pride and joy. I need to tab more books. My friends with those, they got me tons of like little like sticky note things and highlighters to be able to tab my books. So I will be doing that. I will 100% be doing that. But this is my one book that I have tabbed, and it is kind of like my pride and joy. I reread the books on my Kindle because that was when I just got my Kindle. I was like, I just want to reread them. One thing I noticed when I reread them was, you see why you love Tamlin in this first book. That's the thing. Besides towards the end, under the mountain beware, and the only thing that he cares about is getting in Feyre's pants and not letting her escape under the mountain. After checking my sources, Tamlin does not even ask Feyre if she's okay. He's just like, hey, yo, your lips. Mine. He asked her if she's okay, maybe. You've seen all the shit that she's been put through. But you're just like, nah. Also, I'd like to mention, I'm wearing a hoodie today, a sleep tee. I do have a code. This is not sponsored, but I do have a code, and I'll put it in like the description or something if you guys want $35 off a slip tee or an hoodie, because this is one of my top books. I've talked about this a fair bit. I really like this series a lot. I live and breathe it. I'm up to A Quarter Silver Flames. I have actually yet to finish reading that. I have yet to finish reading the entire series. I pre-ordered the book. I have a video of me opening the book, so bloody excited. I would show you, but I am in my school uniform in it. Because also I need to finish reading Crescent City, because I have read all of the Throne of Glass series. I've got the collector's edition here, because my Throne of Glass actual books are in like a really awkward spot that I didn't want to grab out. So I've got my collector's edition of the actual Throne of Glass book. I am in love with, oh my gosh. Look at that map. Hello? I live for fantasy maps. Because I've read all of the Throne of Glass series, I've nearly read all of the Court of Thorns and Roses series, and then I'm reading the 2 Crescent Cities. Throne of Glass, again, another one of my top picks, specifically Kingdom of Ash, but again, I couldn't grab it out. I actually referenced Kingdom of Ash in my HSC play, which I might be able to get a clip from, but I'm not 100% sure. So if I do, it'll be played. Otherwise, I'm so sorry, but it won't be able to be played. In my jumper and finish my book, you know, I'm up to the part in Kingdom of Ash where Realm rescues Aelin. I mean, why can't someone rescue me like that? I love this series with all my heart. It's like my child, it's my baby. We will go through, because I feel like we need a John Green book here, is The Fault in Our Stars. I feel like it's a classic, but my gosh, does it make my heart break. Whenever I've read it, it has made my heart tear into pieces. I nearly used it as the part where she's at his funeral. But the whole part where she talks about how she goes, I can't talk about our love story, but I'll talk about math. I'm not a mathematician, but I know this. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. That whole monologue I was going to do for my audition from acting uni, but I didn't end up. But it was very tempting. It was very tempting. I was nearly there. Oh, don't make me cry. I'm not allowed to read this anymore. This is going to make me sad. But The Fault in Our Stars by John Green, I love it. It has my entire heart. It really does. Another one we have is The Prom. So this is a musical. It is a musical movie, and it's a musical movie, and it's a book. Basically, they are saying no prom because they're like, no women can go to prom together, and they're like, we want to go to prom together, and then they end up going to prom together. And it's really cute. It's a cute little love story. And it's also really sad at times. And it's also got these two actors that go to help them. And yeah, I also did a workshop, actually, a acting workshop with this. So I got to sing a little line from one of the things, and it was really cool. I will not be singing that for you now, but thank you for the offer. Okay, next one, I thought we'd do a bit of a funny one. This one Minecraft book that I have had for years. It has got dog-eared pages, which I know is a crime, but I was a child, okay? I was a child. It's only 98 pages. I read this in one sitting. I easily read this in one sitting, which I hardly remember the plot. I think it has something to do with, it has a betrayal in it. It has, I think it's about like going to this academy. I bought this years ago, like primary school years ago, but ironically it was good. I haven't read it in years. Honestly, it slayed when I was a kid, so also this might be good if you guys want like that nice, good old nostalgic kind of feeling for books. But yeah. My next one, I feel like needs no explanation, is Little Women, specifically the Shauna Rose Silton version, but also this version, and I would grab my other two versions that I have out, but I probably shouldn't. I love Little Women. It is one of my favourite stories, and I have as many copies as I can of the book, and different versions of it. I have 2 of the original copy, I have the Geronimo Stilton version, and I have the movie version. But this one, honestly, I love the Geronimo Stilton Classic Tales. I got this for Christmas like years ago, and I have read this so many times to count. It has seen so much, because also I like the fact that it tells a classic tale in a way that kids can understand. And it really, I don't know, yeah, the way that it tells such a classic tale, it has Beth's death in it, it has the scarlet fever and everything, but they tell it through mouse and mice. And oddly enough, they do really well at it. I want to try and find, like, I swear, did they call Laurie something else? No, he's still Theodore Lawrence. He's still good old Theodore Lawrence, aka Laurie. And then also just the visuals. I really like the visuals in this. Like you can see over this side that like Laurie and Joe are hiding. I love it. I love it. I really do. And then just with, you know, the classic version being in like a hardcover as well. This is my favorite classic. I will always love this classic, and I will eventually have so many copies of it. I'm very sad though that I've got that though, that little bit that I can't really get rid of because it's got like old sticky stuff on it, which is a little bit sad, but it's fine. Now, next one. I've already technically talked about this book today, but The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. Again, I've brought up Hunger Games as much as possible, which is probably unhealthy, but with this, it's such a good book. I bought this when it came out, I pre-ordered it, and I freaking loved it. And the ending is just, you can really see, the thing I really like about this book is it really shows Snow's inner monologue of just how he thinks about everything and how his thought process went for the entirety, which was really interesting as someone who was, you know, who's watched the movie and who's read the book. When you're rereading the book, because I am rereading it as well at the same time, it's, I can't say anything bad about it. Suzanne Collins is a genius. She is a genius, and I don't know how. I'd love to write books like her one day. I really bloody would. For the last one already is Bionic by Susan Wayne. I have read this book a fair few times in my life. I think, no, it's Suzanne, not Susan. Suzanne Wayne. I hardly even look like the same girl as the statuette that stands on my bedroom shelf. The 6-inch 3D printed dancing wannabe rock and roll star. But inside I'm still the same girl. I feel her feelings, my sadness is mine to feel. That person who is myself, I don't want her to go away. Essentially, there is a girl who plays, I believe she plays lacrosse. So, I just had to fact check real quick. So yeah, so she plays lacrosse, and she also is in a band. But because she wants to kind of go eventually pro with lacrosse, she has to quit this band. On her last night of her show, she ends up being in a really bad accident with the rest of her band. In the result of this, she kind of had really bad repercussions from it, and she ended up losing, I believe, her leg? Yes, she ended up losing one of her legs, and I forgot if she lost anything else, but she like her face was a bit stuffed up and stuff like that, so she was just in a lot of distress and everything. Eventually though, she ends up getting into swimming, and people are like, hey, she's probably cheating, and she's like, I'm not, but okay. There's a lot that goes on with this book. It's very short, but it's got so much in it that you won't get bored for the entirety of it. It's only like 200 pages. It's one of my favorite standalones, and I will happily reread it at any time. And it's just, like, you can tell kind of how much I've fiddled around with it by sometimes, like, you can see the result of, like, the back of this. I've really liked this book. I don't know how long ago I got it, but it's one of my favorite books, and I will always recommend it. Yeah, that is essentially kind of what I've done today. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and to the Bookstagram people, hello, hi, and yeah, I will see you all tomorrow's video, probably more going that way than that way, but yeah, so I'll see you all later. Bye!